Welcome to my channel Pediatric Classes. Today we are going to discuss about another important topic, that is tracheoesophageal fistula. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to get the notifications on time. Why I thought today I will discuss about tracheoesophageal fistula is, a few days back we had a baby where we suspected TEF, or tracheoesophageal fistula. So I was asking my interns about this, and this actually turned out to be a very important topic for the PG NEET entrance aspirants also. So I thought I'll share a few questions and also a bit into the theory, a very short video on it. So this is, as you all know, it is an abnormal communication between the trachea and the esophagus. One thing you should remember, that when you see in the development of esophagus, the first part of the esophagus is developed from the retropharyngeal part, okay? So that is developed from the retropharyngeal segment, whereas the lower part of the esophagus is developed from the first part of the primitive gut. So when there is an abnormal communication between trachea and the esophagus, that is actually the tracheoesophageal fistula. The incidence is around 1 in 4,000 live births. Coming to the types of tracheoesophageal fistula, there we have 5 types. So type A, type B, type C, type D and type E. As you can see from the image, the first image which I draw, this is a normal thing. When there is a trachea and there is a esophagus, there is no connection. When you actually see the type A tracheoesophageal fistula, there is a atretic segment. So here there is no connection in the esophagus. See here, the esophagus, there is a atretic segment here. You can actually draw an atretic segment here. So this is the type A, and type B is the proximal part has a connection to the trachea. The distal end is blind. So this is the type B. Here the question which can be asked is, there is no gas seen in the abdomen in both type A and type B, and type A is the second most common variety of tracheoesophageal fistula. So what about type C? Type C is the most common form of tracheoesophageal fistula. The proximal end ends in a blind pouch and the distal end is connected to the trachea. This is the type C of TEF and is the most common form of tracheoesophageal fistula. And the least common form is when you have a connection, both the upper and the lower parts are actually connected to the trachea. Type D, this is the least common. And we have type E, where there is an H-type fistula. It's called H-type TEF, or some books says even N-type actually. When there is a connection between the trachea and the esophagus, there is a connection like this. These cases will present to us with recurrent history of aspiration on aspiration pneumonias. Okay. So the NEET aspirants, please note, the most common variety of tracheoesophageal fistula is the type C, and the least common is type D. Second most common, type A. One question which was asked a few years back was about, in which of the following type of tracheoesophageal fistula you see a gas in the abdomen. So type C, type D and type E, the gas will be seen. The question was framed in such a way that the proximal end is blind, the distal end ends in a blind pouch, likewise. So the answer will be the proximal end ends in a blind pouch and the distal end is attached. Here you can see gas in the abdomen, type D and also type A, also type E. In type A and type B, we don't see any gas in the abdomen. So another one question was, a baby was presented to us with history of frothing from the mouth and also excessive drooling, and baby developed cyanosis on attempted feeding. These are also history very suggestive of tracheoesophageal fistula. Are there any predictors or like any maternal history from there which we can derive that it may be a case of tracheoesophageal fistula? Yes. A history of maternal polyhydramnios we generally get, and on antenatal scan, if there you see an absent stomach bubble, again it has to ring a bell. It may be a case of TEF. And another important thing is an single umbilical artery. Whenever we attend a delivery to all stuff, we have to make sure that we are seeing the umbilical arteries and veins. If you see a single umbilical artery, then one of the suspicion thing will be of a tracheoesophageal fistula. These children will present to you with excessive drooling, salivation, and also when you attempt to feed, they will develop choking, cyanosis, etc. Again here some case like I discussed, type E will present you a bit later maybe with history of recurrent aspiration and also aspiration pneumonias. Confirm the diagnosis. So one of the thing is like you pass a red rubber tube catheter. If it ends in a blind pouch, if you are not able to pass the catheter down, yes, it may suggest you of an esophageal atresia. You can take an X-ray. You will be able to see the coiled tube in that. So that is one thing. But don't forget one thing I want to make sure is don't do a barium swallow here, because if it is a fistula, there is a chance that the barium will leak on to the lungs. Coming to the management, baby has to be nursed upright or in almost a vertical position. Then we may have to apply almost a slow continuous suction, or you have to give a suction almost every 5 minutes to drain the secretions out of the esophageal pouch. And if the segment is small, we'll go for the direct surgical correction as early as possible. Okay, end-to-end anastomosis can be done, but if the segmenting is longer, we may have to go for a gastrostomy and go in a stepwise manner for the treatment of tracheoesophageal fistula. So that is in short about the TEF, about the most important questions, most common type, the least common type, where all you will see the gas in the abdomen, or how does a neonate present to you with. These are the major questions I want. Suppose you get a history of maternal polyhydramnios or absent stomach bubble, again consider a diagnosis of TEF. Hope this session was useful for you. If you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much.